Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go, Pac-Man.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Watch the edge. Check.
Now Gordon.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
And he's going to be out of
speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Fights through it and finding the tight end Hooper. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, 4 down. Hey, Mike 51. Watch the screen.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down.
Mike 51.
Run left, run left.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Here we go.
Here's Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Go.
Let's go.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, and the Eagles defense able to hold.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. Fourth down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs.
Let's find two.
Six guys. Check 6 guys. Shift. Watch the shift.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
So following the run by Gordon, here's first and 10.
Mike 55.
From the gun, it's Wentz. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
First down, Philadelphia.
Here we go. 180.
Man, that's trash. Check nickel. Check 52. Over here.
Now Gordon on first down. Busts through the tackle. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here we go. 180.
Watch QB drop.
46 down, man. 5-4.
Throwing on second and 14. Wentz. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
Check.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Kill, kill, kill. Slam.
Gordon.
Go, go, go. Run.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll run on first down. It's Gordon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
They run it here with Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Exit, exit.
Alert.
Now Wilson. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
51 the mic, boy, 51. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Mike, 51.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Yeah, he'll find Hall. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Come on, come on.
A first down carry for Smith. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Friday.
51's the mic.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. I
love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Left.
Hey, let's go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special.
And look at this, it's a fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go one more.
Hey, kill. Here, shift.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Hey, Alpha.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go. 55.
Another toe for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On first down, Gordon. And some space here. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it second and goal. This is Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Melvin Gordon, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Touch 50, touch 50.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Spot that.
Don't be scared of it.
Rush in, rush in.
Wilson operating from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
He don't want it. 51.
Now Wilson steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on second and 6.
He's checking.
Now it's Wilson. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's third down.
And 6 yards to go.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson looking deep for Julio. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
33.
Check mark 33. Check mark 33. Hey, let's get
From the 27, Wilson. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe than returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike 51.
To throw is Wilson. To throw again. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. A give to Smith out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Wilson connecting here with DJ Shark. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Throwing is Wilson. being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Second down 6.
Move the team.
51's the mic. I'm scared.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson, they'll set up the screen to Smith. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
Let's get it.
Go, guys. 4 down. 4 down.
From the gun on third down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Check the out. 55 mark, guys. 55. 6-man.
Wentz. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now second and 6.
Mike.
280.
55, Mike. Come on.
On second down, it's Gordon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. Pac-Man. 180.
55. I got wide.
This is Freeman on first and 10. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of the... This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dante Pettis with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes the score Eagles 30, Falcons nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 22-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On 2nd and 1, Wilson trying to lay one up deep. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 14-yard line.
Got 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, defense.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now Wentz. And it is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Now Wilson on first down. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 78 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Are you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Here we go. Back, back.
Now on second and 13. Wentz into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. After the interception, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
15.
51's the mic.
Check.
Pick it up.
Front left.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crouch. Watch the out.
19.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
It's a loss of 19 yards. It's now third down.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
4th down. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards in a first. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Tempo.
Throwing again. Wilson looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Check 43.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
Now it's Wilson, and this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Mike, 55. Check 55. Mike. Rip left. Rip left.
Here we go.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. To throw is Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Wilson now from the gun. He'll throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try.
And he will try, but he can't. He can't escape the end zone. Gordon is taken down, and it's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Wilson in the offense, not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Hey, switch gears.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Philadelphia, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.